overview.
No, I honestly thought that this is interesting. I honestly thought J.J. Redick had a point on First Take, which is a good one, which is like, and I've said this before about like Aaron Rodgers. Well, he's not good under pressure. Like, how would you? There's pressure every big game he plays, and though there may have more magnitude in the results, in the wins and losses, I will, within the context of a game, you feel pressure or you don't feel pressure. That's it. There's no like overwhelming. Do I think that the lead up to the Super Bowl provides a little bit more stress and pressure? Yes, that's fine. I can, but I still think when you're competing in a game, there's pressure on you to perform, there's pressure on you to win, and you feel bad when you fail. I don't necessarily think there's such a wide variance because of the level of importance in the result. Does that make sense?
Completely does.
Right. So, like, the point is, a missed free throw, and I missed free throws at a lot of different levels. The anxiety over, basically it's like an anxiety attack when, for me, in terms of being a bad free throw shooter, the anxiety, it sometimes wasn't there in the biggest of games. Oftentimes it was in a rather just reasonable game. You get there and like your whole body loses its energy and you shoot the ball and it's, you know, it like hits the block. You know, it's just so far off. So I don't think that pressure necessarily is always, or even sometimes, related to the magnitude of the result of the game.
I like the story that John Sunvold told you on the yet not released version of the All Ball podcast.
It's not live.
Where he had to do a free throw in front of a bunch of players with a button shirt on.
Button-down shirt on.
It's gotta be harder
He
than
was
a foul.
He was retired for several years. He was calling a game on ESPN, and the coach at Kelvin Sampson at Oklahoma came out and said, "Hey, we're all done. If you make 2 free throws," and he had a button-down on. Now, John Sunvold, as you know, was a great shooter. But he's like, people didn't know, like, I've had multiple shoulder surgeries. I hadn't shot in forever. I got a button down on. He did throw in that, I made it. I made him. Of course.
Yeah, no. I think he said he swished both.
Yeah.
But, I mean, but there was some anxiety.
There was. That's All Ball that'll be released tomorrow, wherever you download podcasts, including the Doug Gottlieb Show podcast and others on iTunes. What were you going to say?
No, I was, Paul George, like, you get these things popping up on Twitter, like you told the story about Larry Bird that recently popped up on, you told it years ago. I think you may have told it to Slam Magazine, told it to Petro some money, but about Larry Bird just coming in and hitting like 15 straight in dress clothes, and everybody in the Pacers is like, what the? It's not easy.
It's not easy. And Larry Bird, he was... last time I was in Orlando at the pre-draft camp, he was wearing some awful topsider loafers, and I was like, that's just ruining my image of Larry Bird. Like some size 17, terrible shoes for a guy of his magnitude. He should always wear the Converse weapons. When are those coming back out? Do you remember the Converse weapons?
Yeah, they were incredible.
Choose your weapon.
Those commercials were awesome.
Choose your weapon. Bird and Magic in them, right? Outside Dr. J. And Nike owns Converse. Why don't they come back out with the weapons?
And I do admit that I hated the Celtics during that time. That was the height of my Laker fandom. But those shoes were awesome. The black Converse shoes that he wore were incredible. Much better than the purple and yellow that
there was green and white. Well, there's black and white.
Maybe it was a real dark green. But I thought they were badass back in the day.
Check out the latest lines from World of Sports at BetRivers Sportsbook. BetRivers is the trusted name in online sports betting. You got to be 21, present in Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, or Pennsylvania to play. Possibly Cam Jordan, possibly Icky Woods, possibly the press. Next.
This is the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio.
Now.